Hi, so a week or so ago I posted a picture up on my social media channels. It's a picture I posted before of a lady and some goats that I photographed on the edge of the volcano on the Syros. Now, a little bit of backstory. It was about 2003, the summer. I was on holiday in Kos with my wife. It's our first holiday after getting married, and we'd gone to Kos, and the opportunity came about to go on a boat trip across a short distance to the island of the Syros. And you can go and explore the redundant volcano called Stephanos and walk on it and do all these sort of things. And the boat had been delayed, which I was quite pleased about, because obviously it meant the going a bit later in the day and the light was better for photography. And I don't normally do trips like these, especially if I'm doing photography, because I don't want to be in a group of people and the light's never right. I'm never quite happy, but it's nice just to explore. So we went anyway. To cut a long story short, we were walking around this abandoned village called Emporia, and let me just double check. But anyway, it's by the by. It's an abandoned village. I think there's a lot of seismic activity many years before, and earthquakes, and a lot of people emigrated to America and Australia and stuff. So this village is pretty much abandoned. And I stayed back in the back of the group and let my wife and everybody else sort of move on. I was taking lots of pictures. I was shooting on film then, not digital. And I decided to stop and just change my roll of film. And I heard somebody shout my name. I think it was my wife and the tour guide. And I caught them up, and the tour guide said, come through quick. And there's this scene, and I'll put the picture up, of these two goats, and in the background there's this lady, elderly lady, sat on the doorstep with a shaft of light coming through. It was amazing. And I took a couple of pictures, and the tour guide said to me, "Oh, that lady lives alone here. There's not many people in the village. She's one of the very few who lives here alone with her goats, and she's blind." So that was quite a revelation. But it was just like a real amazing moment to photograph. It was very biblical. Anyway, everybody else had to rush on to go and catch the bus, and me being me, I can't leave well alone. I had to go and explore a bit further very quickly. So I moved forward and met this lady. I think I said hello, and I'm quite a courteous person, so obviously I would like to ask people permission to take their picture, not just snap from a distance. But nevertheless, I took this picture, and she let out this bellowing laugh and said, "Oh, photography." She obviously heard the camera click or the film being wound on, and let this amazing laugh. And like I said, it was just an amazing experience. It's never left me, and I've always been slightly gutted that I couldn't have had a conversation with her. I don't think she spoke any English, and what I've learned since. But I speak a little bit of Greek. We could have perhaps tried, but I felt a little bit bad just taking a picture. But she knew I took the picture, and she laughed, and she was fine with it. But it's always bugged me, and this is 20 years ago. So anyway, cut a long story short, I posted this picture up on a few of the groups, and yesterday I had a message come through via Facebook from a gentleman called George in Australia. And he goes on, I'm not going to repeat everything he says, because obviously it's, he might not want me repeating it, but he said that was his, I think it was his great aunt or something, and she used to babysit for him when he was little. And her name, turns out, is Nina Vasiliou. She died about 7 years ago. She was 80 odd, but he was telling me about her life, and she did live alone. She was married for a short period of time, but she lived alone in this house. It was a 2-story house, had stairs and stuff, and she just lived there with the goats, some cattle, and a great lover of all her cats. But it was just great to finally put a name to the lady. And he thanked me for asking, because obviously she's got no family, and I suppose no one's going to be asking about her. But it really touched me, and that's the power of social media. There's a lot of crap on social media, and a lot of issues with it. We all know. But when things like this happen, how would I have ever found that information out if it weren't for social media? I just wouldn't. And this has reached this gentleman who's in Australia, and obviously come forward with that information. So I'm very grateful to him. It's kind of put things to rest a little bit for me. I was in Kos last year, and across from our hotel you could see Syros very clearly. I did some pictures of it across the bay, and it still bugged me there. I wonder why she. Just wonder what her backstory was, and I'd love to have met her again, and maybe sort of talk to her. But unfortunately, as I said, she was about 80 odd years old, I think, when she died. So she had an incredible life. He still can't understand how she did it, living on her own, blind, in a village like that, because there's nothing there. It's pretty much abandoned. But what an amazing story. So I just wanted to come on and just share that with you. Cheers.